Hi everyone, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to the fourth and last session of InvestHorizon, reaching eForum sustainability. And today's topic will be green chemistry and new materials. I'm Domenico, and I'm the moderator for this session. And my colleague Valeria will help me from the technical point of view.
I'm Valeria, yeah, and today I'm going to be your technical moderator.
Amazing. This is a program, InvestHorizon. Let me share a couple of interesting facts about this program, InvestHorizon. This is an accelerator program, and this is a 3-year project financed and promoted by the European Commission in association with Eureka. And we, from the team of Tech Tour, we are coordinating the event and with our partners helping us, and I'm talking about the partners that you can see on the screen: BPI France, Meta, BWCon, Eura, EBN, and YESE. And everyone with us, with Tech Tour, we are delivering free tailor-made services to the top 500 selected entrepreneurs across Europe. And before we start, I'd like to go over some housekeeping rules. Before we start, I'd like to say that this meeting is recorded. So if you do not agree or if you don't want to be recorded, just tell us, raise your hand, or just write in the chat, and we will make sure to stop the recording and starting it when you're done presenting. Then we'd like you to rename yourself with your name, with your surname, and also with the name of the company. And always have your camera on to shorten the distance, and to turn off your microphone when you're not speaking. And for any question that you have, you can type it in the chat, and we will just moderate it for you. And then the program of today is this. You can see it on the screen. Now we are in the welcome and opening part, and then every investor is gonna introduce themselves. So this will last for about 10 minutes, and then we will have the pitching sessions. We have 5 amazing companies pitching today. The topic is again green chemistry and new materials. And this will last for about an hour, and then we will have 5 minutes for some company reviews, for a satisfaction survey, and the eForum will end. So now I'd like to introduce the investors, and I will just start calling them. First of them is Ricardo Emerito. Good afternoon, Ricardo. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Oh, hello, this is Ricardo Emerito from Era Capital. I'm based in Milan. We advise and invest in early stage companies and seed.
Perfect, thank you. And then Arthur, are you here? Do you hear?
Hi, Domenico, and thanks for having me. So I'm Arthur from Kineo Finance. We're based in Basel. We're not typical equity investors. What we do is asset financing. We call it venture leasing. So what we solve is any CapEx problems, any company with a CapEx problem, we help you scale your installed base fast. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And then good afternoon, Klaus. Can you hear us? Okay, I see that Klaus is in the meeting, but okay.
Yeah. I can hear you well.
Perfect.
I'm Klaus Bedding, and I'm with the management team of Breslin. We have invested in the past, but currently we don't have an active fund, but we are investing sometimes in doing spin-off to smaller amounts with academia and research projects. And we are active in life science and also in, let's say, green tech area. Thanks.
Amazing, amazing. And then I can see that Alberto too is here, Alberto Emprin. Good afternoon.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. Nice to meet you. I'm Alberto Ampren. I'm leading 3D Capital, which is a business angel fund based in Torino, in northern Italy. We invest in different areas, but especially clean tech and deep tech.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting. Thank you, Alberto. And then Kasia, sorry for mispronouncing your name.
No worries, Domenico, it's Kaisa.
Kaisa.
Great to meet everyone. My name is Kaisa Johansson, and I work for ETF Partners, which stands for the Environmental Technologies Fund. And we are a London-based venture capital who are focusing on investing in environmental tech and climate tech companies all across Europe. We've been around since 2006, and we're one of the longest standing VC funds focusing on clean tech. And I'm very excited to see the cool companies here today. So thank you.
Thank you. We are very excited too. And then I would like to call Gerard Schroth from Germany. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Thanks for having me. Great to be on board. My name is Gerhard. I'm the managing partner of VVenture. It's a small venture capital fund initiated by Matthias Willenbacher, who was one of the pioneers in renewable energy some 20 years ago in Germany. And yeah, we learned that investing is not only in renewable energy, but also in other areas to fight climate change. That's why we concentrate, besides electricity and energy, we concentrate our funds on food, agriculture, mobility, and efficiency issues. And we are typical seed and Series A investor.
Amazing. Okay, thank you. And then I can see that Patrick is here with us too.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrick van der Meer. I'm working at the Gemmelot campus, where we host not only startups, but also SMEs, corporates, and institutions in the field of chemicals and materials. The startups are supported in our ecosystem, and we have funds around from pre-seed to seed and Series A.
Amazing. Okay, thank you. And then I can see that Nikolaus just joined. Hi, Nikolaus. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, thanks a lot. It's great to be here. My name is Nick from HTGF. We are a Bonn and Berlin-based seed fund in Germany, investing in very young tech companies all over Europe with a certain connection to Germany. I'm very happy to be here. My own background is from the chemical industry. I'm kind of the guy for chemical materials within the fund. I've worked over 10 years for a big chemical company before I joined now HTGF recently. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. And then I would like to call Joost Waterloos from Belgium.
Greetings, everybody. Joost here, part of Dow's corporate venturing group. What we do is we scout for and invest in startups active in the fields of material science and chemistry, with a particular interest in green chemistry, sustainability. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Joost. And then Kim from Denmark. Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, hello. Nice to be here. I am a serial entrepreneur, a gone investor here 15 years ago, the previous chairman of the Danish Business Angel Network called Danban, member of EBAN. Opti team is a early stage investor, pre-seed, seed. We do A rounds also. We also have a support arm where we support these companies, early stage European companies that are going to expand around the world. IT focused, health, big data, wellness, and security IT naturally. We have representation in both the US and Asia. So our model is to actually help them scale all the way and even help them with financing all the way to IPOing or exiting trade sales.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. And then I can see that two people joined, one of them being Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Mark Leduc. I'm an investment manager here at BSF Venture Capital. So that's the venture capital arm of the BSF group. We invest globally in startups in the area of chemistry and new business models. Looking forward to today's event. Thanks.
Thank you for being here. And then the last expert jury member is Marcel. Hi.
Yes, hello, I'm Marcel van Berkel.
Hello.
I have a background in chemistry and business administration. I'm representing the Circular Biobased Delta. It's a foundation for the development of an ecosystem for the bioeconomy. We are looking for startups and scale-ups in the field of green chemistry and sustainable chemistry, and also for the circular bioeconomy.
Perfect. Thank you, Marcel.
Thank you.
I think everyone had the chance to introduce themselves, right? And if not, please raise your hand or just type in the chat and we will be happy to introduce yourself. Now my colleague will paste an evaluation form link in the chat. This feedback is anonymous and is for the companies that are pitching today. Yes, everyone can see that, right? And this is a very good way to give companies feedback just to improve and be better for the next challenges. And now I'd say we can start with our pitching session, the real one, with the first one presenting, Alan Berry from PlasmaBound from Ireland, amazing country. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. And I would like to ask you to please share your screen. And as you know, you will have 5 minutes to pitch, and then we will have together a 4-minute Q&A session. So
thank you, but it's actually asking me, Domenico, you need to stop sharing.
Yes, I am doing it right now. Perfect.
Okay, very good. Hopefully now this will actually share. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Now, yes, we do.
Okay. So I suppose, please tell me when I can go.
Yes, you can go now.
Okay. So lightweighting is a strategically critical activity for product assembly verticals globally, and a particular factor for the future viability of any transport or wearable sector. It is the replacement of heavy materials with lighter materials such as fiber reinforced composites, as shown. Drivers include general eco sentiment, tightening carbon emission limits, which from 2025 will come with heavy penalties, and the commercial imperative to extend electric vehicle range. The main adoption barrier is process immaturity for composite bonding generally, and particularly for high volumes. They are slow, multi-step and batch-wise, and these are frequently labor-intensive processes that can suffer from up to 30% reject rates on top of being a bottleneck. One prospect estimates a saving of $2 million on one application alone with our tech. In summary, the problem is manufacturers everywhere are trying to lightweight for various reasons. However, auto, aero, and space have no choice. And as of yet, no one has solved the key technology gap that is the bonding of dissimilar materials. At least that is until today. To give a sense of the environmental opportunity here, the closure of this gap would reduce fuel use by over 1.1 liters per 100 kilometers for mid-range vehicles, with attendant CO2 reductions or the equivalent EV range extension. PlasmaBound closed this gap with a disruptive technology which will reduce cost of goods, increase reliability, and extend application range. On your screen is a schematic composite with contaminants and paint on the surface, and this is the key issue. Our technology will non-destructively sublimate the upper layer, exposing undamaged fibers to act as an anchor matrix for a suitable adhesive, delivering aerospace-grade bonds every time. This delivers bonds that are stronger, using processes which are significantly faster and more agile, permit an effectively infinite wait time before bonding, and require a quarter of the current process steps. The stats shown, in fact, are against, in each case, the best performing of our key competitors, mainly sanding, solvents, metal fasteners, and laser ablation. none of which also perform against our key technical benefit, zero damage. Our core IP is the basis of our licensed IP CPA technology, which is available for use today. Our patent secures the physics of the area of effect, and it's impossible to replicate legally. We have 3 major product development stages as shown, and our cloud-based recipe master system is imminent. In fact, actually, it's currently available, just launched last week, and has a double benefit for us of greatly simplifying scaled deployment. 2023 will see the launch of our AI-enabled robotics mapping tool, which will simplify customer adoption and changeover between batches. 2024 will see 9 years of materials know-how permitting algorithm-based in-process control and verification solutions, with the opportunity for us to generate significant levels of highly valuable industry-relevant process data. Our total addressable market is composite products manufacture globally, and it's quite substantial at $182 billion US. Our specific addressable market is the high volume manufacturing subset at 70% of that total. Our specific target subset, the pre-treatment market, is projected to be $2.5 billion by 2025, with segmentation for that specific subset as shown. Our team includes the technology inventor as CTO, and our commercial director has 25 years experience in the automotive sector, leading tier 1 organizations. This gives us a specific advantage in our route to market strategy, where tier 1s act as a force multiplier for market access. Our CFO has supported multiple startups with several exits, including a NASDAQ listing, and as CEO, I bring over a quarter of a century leading teams and companies in highly regulated industries. We have the correct blend and depth of business, startup, and technical smarts to take this technology to the next level. Our model is a license-based recurring revenue model with the deployment of off-the-shelf encrypted product devices permitting licensed use of our technology. To date, we have secured over just under 1.5 million euros in funding and have met all targets met by our seed round. We have established a substantial pipeline with clear product market fit and a trial success rate to date at 94%. We target our Series A in late 2021 with an ask of 5 million euro. The primary goal is to support our product development program, which will increase the stickiness of our tech through 2025 and beyond. The secondary goal is to expand our international sales and marketing capacity to meet the needs of our global customers. The output of these actions is projected in the revenues shown, which are based on cumulative license volumes continuing to earn year on year on a typical 5-year lifetime. Strong acquisition potential exists within this sector, with supply chain integration is a strong behavior, particularly with the composite material suppliers themselves, but also our existing partners and our competitors. So that's my time, and I'll leave you with thanks and a sample of what others have to say about us. Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing presentation, Alan. It was very interesting. And now I think we can hear what Klaus has to say. Do you have a question for us, Klaus?
Yes, I wrote it in the chat, and okay, micro is on. So I would like to know, is there any restriction in terms of bonding different materials, metal, plastics, and so on, or is it totally open? And regarding the business model, I would think that you license into your technology to equipment manufacturers who then use it or sell their machines to the different industries, and which are using then to your technology.
Sure. So there's 2 questions in there. The first one is, within reason, like, because our technology is an atmospheric plasma-based technology, very, very soft polymers like rubber and the like, we can do it, but we would have to do a good bit of trials to develop the process, and it's not guaranteed. For the more robust polymeric materials, thermosets and thermoplastics, there is no limitation. We have not found it yet in any case. Also from the fibers, we can deal with carbon fiber, we can deal with glass fiber. We are pretty industry led in terms of what we actually do, but we have done trials with Teflon fibers, and most recently we've just completed a trial on a natural fiber, which is very exciting for us because that's the future, really, you know. In specific materials, we've done PEI, polypropylene, polyamides, polycarbonates, which is very important for consumer electronics, and of course epoxies, okay, and PEEK and PEC and PPS and so on. Like, we've pretty much covered a lot of the spectrum. On the business model, it is a long-term goal for us to license this out to the likes of a global player like Plasma Treat. And we have established partnerships within our supply chain to do a white label where they will manufacture or put out for contract manufacture the equipment component, and we will deliver the technology with it. So, and in fact, actually, we had thought initially this was a software play, really, Intel Inside type of idea. But in truth, market pull is they want the full solution. So we're in discussions with a customer in the US right now. She's the guy on the green screen there. And he wants us to sell him the whole thing, except for the robots. They do their own robots, which is normal. But the license is the dominant model.
Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you, Klaus, for the question, and thank you, Alan, for answering. And then I see that Patrick has something to ask too, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Alan, for your great presentation. It's good to see your technology coming in. Can you elaborate a bit on what scale your technology is working today? Are you ready for production numbers?
Yeah, so from the auto industry's perspective, we'd be at TRL9. We have secured, the European Space Agency gave us a technology demonstrator grant 2 years ago, which allowed us to buy a 6-axis robot. So we have fully developed, we've done trials with this thing, with the tech in, I suppose, pseudo-operational environments and demonstrated that it works. And we were initially, there was some concern with customers about how sensitive the technology would be to how far it was away from the surface it was treating, particularly when it comes to the quality of that surface finish on the part of the manufacturer. And we have shown that no, we have there's good bandwidth there. So right now, in fact, we're heading into an industrialization trial with a large American conglomerate, Patrick, to actually put it in a facility in Michigan and Portugal. Okay. So we've demonstrated in the lab, we've demonstrated in an operational environment, and the next step for us is actually a sale, essentially.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'd say we have time for the last question from Kim.
Yeah, nice presentation, thanks. So what is your assessment there? What kind of risks are there? Are there any ticking bombs, any potential things that in the short or long term could go wrong environmentally?
Environmentally, so our technology, right, so the current incumbents generate rinse water. They generate particulated polymers, which we all know is a growing crisis. And they also generate a lot of grit typically, right? Contaminated grit and solvent rinse. We replace that process with compressed air and ozone. That's it. The other thing we do is we actually, it's not really our core business, but we can support the harvesting of carbon fibers from thermosets. So it's part of a recovery, we can be part of the recovery solution for carbon fibers, which is a growing problem. And in the long term, to be candid with you, Kim, we are the only technology that can achieve the results we have with thermoplastics, which are the composites of the future, because they are reusable. Unlike thermosets, right now, if your composite car, for example, is involved in a crash, the components are landfill. That is the only solution. So we actually have a very significant net positive impact on the environment.
I get all the positives, but are there any potential negatives?
To the use of our technology or to the expanded use of composites because of our technology?
Well, any kind of byproduct or anything like that that could come back, or energy consumption or leakage?
No, we use about 200 euros a year. A fully operational plasma unit will use about 200 euros power a year. And we have, we generate levels of ozone that do require a localized extraction. However, it is within REACH guidelines. Broadly speaking, what's happening at the surface, I have to be careful with NDA here now, but we are disintegrating the polymeric molecules, and the outputs are, broadly speaking, carbon dioxide and water. There are some NOxes, however, they are at trace levels for the operation. They're not detectable. We assume chemically there must be some NOxes, but what we're detecting is carbon dioxide and water. it is certainly by many orders of magnitude cheaper than the current process. Cleaner, sorry. I'll give you an example. We estimate, I think it's 29 million cubic meters of processed water will be removed from the auto sector alone by adopting our technology.
Perfect. Thank you, Alan, for the presentation and the answers.
Thank
and
you.
The clarification. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And now I would like to invite Fernando Cabo from Spain, from NANOKER Research. Can you hear us, Fernando?
Yep, perfectly. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
You hear me well? Yep.
I would like to ask you if you can share your screen and start your presentation.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe full screen will be better.
Yep. Yes.
Perfect.
You see it full screen now?
Yes. Perfect. So the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Fernando Cabo. I'm the CFO of NANOKER. I'm here today to present our dental implant NANOKER investment opportunity to you. NANOKER is an innovative industrial Spanish SME created in 2011. It is owned by founders and management who base the company's growth on bringing material science solutions to the market. In this, dental implants were identified as the field where we could make the deepest impact. With 22 employees and a revenue that tripled since 2017, our experienced, motivated, and multidisciplinary team has the necessary knowledge of the medical device world to make this project succeed. What's the pain? The main threat for oral health is periodontal disease. It is the most common infectious disease in the world, affecting at least 50% of adults. It builds on accumulation of harmful bacteria around teeth, eventually leading to tooth loss and other complications. Infection can interact with the host's immune system, with proven two-way severity correlation to Alzheimer's, diabetes, CKD, heart and respiratory diseases, and even COVID lethality rate. The restoration solution for the last 40 years has only worsened things. Titanium implants with industrial surface treatments offer acceptable osseointegration, but irritate and damage soft tissues, are a real magnet for biofilm, and have clear aesthetical drawbacks due to metal color. So now, in addition to tooth loss, we have aggressive peri-implantitis and implant loss. The available solution to the titanium float restoration is periodically removing biofilm from teeth by undergoing expensive and painful mechanical scraping and surgical antibiotic-intensive treatments that do not solve the problem. This is the solution we propose, NANOKER. NANOKER, that takes its name from nature's toughest material, is a groundbreaking enhancement to our already disruptive Imperio dental implant produced on a patented ceramic composite of outstanding properties with breakthrough design features. Imperio is nearing CE MDR marking as a Class 2B medical device and will hit the European market next year. What makes NANOKER a game changer is its coating with a patented bioglass called G3. G3 is mechanically stable, durable, metal-free, eco-friendly, and after controlled thermal treatment, acquires bacteriostatic properties under the gum, becoming the first and only real solution to prevent peri-implantitis. However, this coating turns NANOKER into a Class 3 device, which implies technical, time-related, and economic burdens exceeding NANOKER's organic financial capacity. Traditional ceramics, due to their poor mechanical properties, have failed as an alternative to titanium, resulting in decades of no significant innovation, and thus into a huge concentration of the offer by a few dominant players, none of which is based in the EU. We will focus first on Europe. It's the biggest and fastest growing dental implants market. Europe also has an important premium clinic segment, eager to differentiate itself and truly satisfy patients. Big players have kept tech disruption at bay through acquisitions. They don't master technology, and their strategy is based on aggressive B2B marketing campaigns and diversification. We don't want to compete there. Our goal is to put the patient back at the center with our technology and through engagement. Patients, but also practitioners, will thrive with change and alternative, providing market traction and becoming enablers for growth. Our approach is holistic and achieves traction via market shaping. We shall use segmentation, targeting the sensitive and eager for differentiation premium clinics in Europe, patient pool, addressing patients directly with awareness of the real cost of the actual solutions and information about our alternative, and product push, disseminating knowledge through key opinion leaders and other actions, becoming a tool to fight the value and discount growing trend. Our patient-centric engagement architecture is built on the following: setting up an automated and flexible smart implants factory, building a strong and prestigious brand, deploying a physical and digital network of NANOKER centers, which act as market-shaping platforms for awareness, knowledge, and attraction of all value chain stakeholders. And finally, establishing a community of exclusive premium NANOKER certified clinics to which NANOKER centers will direct informed patients. We have a clear plan and growth strategy. We know there is also a blue ocean out there with millions of patients suffering the perimplantitis pain and the treatments that only delay its consequences. With NANOKER, we can cure this pain, even in metal implants already placed in patients' mouths. By end of 2027, we expect to hold a tiny but meaningful market share with huge potential for additional growth. We're trying to raise 6.25 million euros to complete the long and costly regulatory, achieve market breakthrough, and cash positive production capacity. In exchange, we offer a post-money 25% stake of the company. By the end of 2027, using an EBITDA multiple of 6, we expect a 4.6 MOIC. Various exit alternatives can be considered or combined. The preferred one is a buyout by actual owners, but another desirable possibility allowing fair valuation and additional liquidity would be a listing, preferably in Euronext Growth. Besides InvestHorizon, we are part of the Tech Share pre-IPO program by Euronext. The project has gained visibility, being endorsed with 2 seals of excellence from European Innovation Councils, and is semi-finalist for InnoStars Awards 2021 by EIT Hub. Thank you very much. I'm not ready to take your questions and comments. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and the presentation, Fernando. And now I would like to ask our jury experts if they have any question for you, if they need a clarification. It seems everything was very clear. Would you like to add something, Kim? I noticed that you...
Yeah, I'm unmuting here. I don't know if it's the right forum, but since no one else has a question right now, let me bid in here now, Fernando. Thanks for the presentation. The presentation information was very good. There was 2 things here now. Fernando, you're looking down and reading a script the whole presentation, and your voice becomes very monotone. So those 2 things actually made it difficult to follow and get thrilled and enthusiastic. So unfortunately, I'm not as focused as I should have been, and that's just a little bit of feedback. I think you should, because you're looking down. I'm trying to look at your eyes all the time. We have the videos on. It's difficult with Zoom, but one has to really optimize it. So I think you should really think about that. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel that actually took away some of my attention. It sort of made me want to look away somewhere else also. I thought it was a lot of information in the presentation. I was, of course, trying to read some slides and so on. There's an awful lot of text on a lot of the slides, so it's not possible to follow at the same time as you were having a lot of information reading constantly the whole time. So you might want to work a little bit on that. As a product and a service, I think it's a great thing. There are lots of questions. I can't really formulate them maybe right now, but that was my input, immediate input.
Thank you. Thank you.
One comment, Fernando. Can you expand a little bit on your markets, your segments, and your go-to-market strategy?
Yes, well, our market is the premium segment clinics doing dental implants. These clinics have been seeing how their market has been shrinking due to growing pressure from value and discount clinic chains, and they really need a tool to differentiate themselves. And the problems with dental implants is mainly that there has been no innovation. There has been no change from the titanium standard, and so there is this there is this ongoing race to lower price with a solution that really calls for a huge costs for the patients in terms of quality of life and in terms of economic maintenance of the solution, because they have to conduct periodically these painful and costly treatments. And also it poses also even an environmental issue, because well, there is this issue of the antimicrobial or the antimicrobial resistance and antibiotic resistance. Around 1,000 tons of antibiotics are spent every year in peri-implantitis prevention treatments. And so that is our main target, is those premium clinics which need to differentiate. And our go-to-market strategy is starting by the early adopters. There are a couple of associations, mainly in Europe, which is more sensible to ceramics, and has been trying to find a ceramic solution to the peri-implantitis problem, particularly the European Academy for Ceramic Implants. We have identified and we have them well on board of the project, a few KOLs that would support the introduction in the market. And since we have already conducted clinical trials and demonstrated the lack of addition of this biofilm to the implants, to the ceramic implants, we think that we can make considerable progress. Anyway, our market introduction calls for only some 50,000 implants placed by 2027, for a market that in Europe will be by that time in the region of 11 or 12 million implants a year. So we are looking at a limited market entry, which has nevertheless, as I said, a huge upside potential, huge growth potential.
Thank you both for your time. Thank you. And now I'd say we have time for a short answer to Alberto's question, right? Alberto?
Yes, the question is, you are basically staying on the ceramic solution, but I assume there are also competitors within the ceramic solution, and how you place within this range of competitors, and also how you expect to deal with the fact that in ceramics there is not really a long legacy. So although on paper you have advantages, in practical means you don't have an heritage or long-term patients that has been implanted with ceramics, or how you answer to this these remarks.
Yes, well, ceramics have already shown, and that's a fact, that they can achieve equal osseointegration to titanium. That is already a fact. But the problem with ceramics, with zirconium, which is being used in some implants, which is they've been trying to expand their market share, but haven't been able to do so, and are below 15% of the market for decades now, is their mechanical properties. They cannot really endure high torques. They face these aging problems, and mainly is the brittleness of the ceramics that with these limitations, with these mechanical limitations, doesn't allow them to play in the same league as titanium, and they cannot address two of the main factors in the dental implant market, which is immediate protocols, which are more and more demanded by patients and by practitioners, because the lack of torque these ceramics can withstand doesn't allow for immediate loading. And the second one is that they don't really fit into they cannot really fit completely into the digital workflow, which is the second mainstream trend in the sector. Why? Because they have to be cemented to the prosthetic solution. They cannot support screw retain prosthesis, which our ceramic composite can. So we are really well ahead with the ceramic composite of the traditional zirconias. They have shown that osseointegration is equally good as titanium, but the problem is really their mechanical properties. And there is this differential fact as well, which is really the main feature of our project, which is the bacteriostatic bioglass coating, which really acts as a biological seal and doesn't allow the biofilm of the bacteria to adhere to the implant and mainly to the abutment under the gum, which is the most delicate and fragile part on which the periimplantitis problem is starting, causing gum recession and then gum loss and bone loss, loss of stability, and finally loss of the implant. So this is.
Thank you, Fernando. I'd say the time is over, and I think Alberto and you will have plenty of time in a one-to-one meeting, maybe, so you can provide him with more information.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you for your time. And now I'd say that it's time for Jean-Jacques Fouchet, our third pitch for today.
Hello, everybody.
Would you like to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Jean-Jacques. Hello, everybody. My name is Jean-Jacques Fouchet. I'm one of the co-founder of the Z3D Lab company. We are specialized in metal additive manufacturing, which is 3D printing, metal 3D printing. Metal 3D printing, you should see those machines are the foundries of the 21st centuries. And it is done through metallic powder. And to give you a rough idea, there's about 2,500 of those machines already installed worldwide. And those machines cost around 1.5 million, and they use about 1.5 ton a year. And the bigger one is between 6 to 10 tons. The market of titanium additive manufacturing, because this is this area where we're working on, is titanium. It's additive titanium. It's a specific powder for those machines. It's not regular titanium powder, but specific. And the market is a fast-growing market. And the three segments we're addressing in that market is the aerospace defense, the medical market, and the maintenance and repair overall. What makes this market grow fast is because it's coming from its infancy of prototyping to industrial production. So what it is we propose is we proposing an advanced titanium based on two titanium matrix used in the market. It's titanium alloy TI64, and standard titanium. We enhance them with nano particles that creates new material, completely new materials, completely new titanium, with new mechanical properties and even physical properties. And some of these are solving issues even in the AM world, especially the fatigue resistance. And in the medical world, we're providing exclusive titanium elasticity, which is unique for the market. So this is where we think our mission will be: take 10% of that market, titanium market. By the way, 53% of those machines uses titanium. And as we come out of the stealth mode and we start to be seen by the radars, we think we're going to be leader in the medical market and take major share into the industrial market. The technology, the innovation has been recognized. We already have a peer review publication. We are talking into titanium conferences worldwide, and we have a PhD thesis, and the PhD thesis is one of our employees, and we're already working with AM manufacturers. See, the competition readiness, of course, the AM titanium market has been coming over, it's been taken by some of the major powder manufacturers, but they produce standard titanium. They don't produce advanced titanium as we do. And because it's a new production environment, they have to invest a lot into their production, and to compensate, they are creating production center for parts, which means they're buying 3D printers and produce as a service parts for their customers. And this is one of the areas where we'll invest the money we're looking for. The team is a 6-year-old team. We've been working together, and we have created 6 years of innovation, and we have a strong IP worldwide. We have 6 years of experience, which is unique in this world, and we want to increase this by creating a plasma atomization of our formulations. And we, in terms of evolution of this IP, we have signed a program with the French Research National Agency, which is the financing body for national research in France. They're using one of our formulations in the medical, and they're doing it on one of the applications we own, which is a dental implant, which is a AM, additive manufactured dental implant, AM standing for additive manufacturing. The business model is to sell directly our product to the different customers. We have a high cost margin. We're also looking for distribution and production licenses through the AM manufacturers like EOS, which is the #1 in additive manufacturing production, and Instec, as I mentioned. This is to foster rapid penetration and create regular revenue stream. And also we want to have our own 3D printing in-house service. This will reduce the customer sales cycle, and it's going to be a profit center. The early customers we have is Stryker, Moog, MBDA in the defense. So we have early customers in different sectors. Sales based on the 10% of that titanium market that I showed you at the beginning is we're expecting to make 20 million, and with a EBITDA of 12. And of course, as we get out of the radar, we're going to be doing a lot more than that, hopefully, and we'll be able to scale that up. The money we're looking for is 2.8 million. 1 million has already been provided by PPI, and 1.2 million will be used for the technical center and to be the production part. 2.3 million will be for the atomization, and 0.3 million will be used for the sales and marketing. And this is it. I'm open for your questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. Maybe we can wait for someone to ask a question for you.
It's a new market for most of those people. Oh, just to mention, to have a new material in the forge world, it takes about 25 years, 20 to 25 years. We've done it in 6 years, which is normal because it's those new foundries, even if they're disruptive. I should not talk, right?
Thank you, Jean-Jacques. So that was also my question, because you told us that 6 years of experience, that is not a lot. Mostly people are telling about 20, 30, 50 years of experience in the team. And I would also suspect, if you take the whole team, that the experience is much larger.
Yes, of course.
I would be interesting. Yeah, I saw that you have a lot of IP in different regions, so that's it's very well settled. And I would be interested, how important is the IP, or is it much more important what you have in knowledge, how to mix it and which components have to be put in? Because I think that is also a very significant part.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The IP is not on a formulation specific. It's a different range, okay, of percentage and so on. So this is covering a large, and then we have specific formulation inside the IP, and the rest is also a lot of knowledge that we built up throughout. This is a know-how of the company. This is not inside the IP. Okay.
Awesome. And Alberto wanted to add something too, right?
Thanks, but I was exactly posing the same question as Klaus about the IP. So
everything is clear. And what about Mark?
Yeah, hi. I just had a quick question. You talked about your product is a mixture of titanium and some nanoparticles. I'm just wondering, the addition of those nanoparticles, is it to improve the mechanical properties of your titanium part that you're making, or is it
yes,
or is it for processability purposes?
no. This is to improve the material mechanical properties and the physical properties of the material. It's a completely the nanos are changing completely the titanium matrix. It's still a titanium, but it's not to compare to existing titanium.
So which property, for example, is improved?
Okay, one of the major properties when you use powdered titanium in the additive manufacturing, there's an issue that is not talked about because it's a big issue. Usually they don't talk about it, is fatigue resistance. Okay, we increasing the fatigue resistance without any specific heat treatment by 32%. It's better than the forge resistance and better than the forge material.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for your time, Jean-Jacques, and everyone that participated. And now I'd say we can move on to the fourth speech of today. Cesar Martins from ChemiTek, Portugal.
Hello.
Hello.
I think you already are. I'm putting full screen. Okay, I can start. Hello, everybody. I'm Cesar Martins. I'm CEO of ChemiTek. ChemiTek are 3 years old, a startup with 3 years. We are mainly focused in the cleaning and augmentation solutions. We are more three big categories: solar solutions, industrial solutions, and health and hygiene. We are now more focused in solar fields. We have 100% environmental friendly products, 100% biodegradables. We are located in the north of Portugal. We have a factory of 500 square meters. We have a capacity production of around 100,000 metric tons per month. And our strategy for now is B2B. We already sell for around 50 countries, and our revenue last year is 1 million and something. The problem that we are addressing in solar market is the dust accumulation, and the panels are constructed by the solar cell, glass, etc. And with the dust accumulation, we reduce the path of the light, and with that, reduce the production of energy. Our solutions, Solar Wash Protect, and you can see before and after, is a liquid product concentrate that you use in the cleaning of the panels. Normally, the cleaning of the panels is in 3 ways: by hand, by scrub, by your robot, or by a tractor with a big scrub. But every these 3 methods use water by a cleaning agent, and our product don't change the method. You add this product in water, and with Solar Wash Protect, you clean more efficiently, and after that, make anti-static, anti-adherent coating that the dust don't adhere so easily. And with that, we can improve by 1 to 5% in some extreme case the performance of the park, and you can reduce the maintaining costs, reducing the cleaning cycles, consumption of water, and etc. This month we have this level of Solar Impulse with 100 solutions to improve the world. We have several of milestones that we have. We can reduce by 50 to 20% the cleaning of solar panels. We have absorption of CO2 of around 29 kilograms for each product of a product used, etc. About competition, for direct competition, we have only Polywater, that is a product from the United States, and the difference between that and ours is the protection feature. They only clean the panels. We have versions for big parts, that is super concentrated versions of the product, and we have the long-lasting properties. After that, we have strong IP, and we have approval from the manufacturers of panels. About the market, as you know, the investment in solar parks is growing a lot, and putting only the OEM costs for the cleaning, we are talking about one market that in 2030 will be 10 billion, sorry. And for our business model, we are a clean proposition. We are in the last 3 years more focused in B2B for big clients, big farms, but now we are going to retail a little. And we have a winning strategy in first mover in this market, and we are a good margin in our product. About our approvals, we have TUV certification about our products don't damage the panels, and we have the approval of these letters of comfort. That's meaning that the warranty of the panels is arranged using a product. Some examples of our existing clients, and you can see big names, and for solar solution, we are B2B for utilities and IPPs, and for retail, we are open that market this year, and the other solutions is around 20% of the selling of the product, of the company, sorry. Our revenues for the next years, we are last year 1 million euros, this year between 1 and 2, and after that, after this round of investment, we are expecting to grow a lot in our clients and in different geographies. And we are looking for 2 million euros. We're already closing this deal with some partners, but this money is for acceleration and growth, growing our team, growing our market, and establish our product like first mover with approval of OEM manufacturers. Thank you.
Thank you, Cesar. Thank you so much for your time and your presentation. Now let's see if someone needs any clarification or has any question for you. Yes, I can see a question in the chat from Marcel. Would you like to elaborate, Marcel?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this nice presentation and nice innovation as well. Since you have patented this innovation, can you tell us some more on the technical solution? And also, can you explain us how you come to a CO2 reduction?
Okay, about our solutions, we have this that is solar wash protect, but you have other one that are liable for more dry seasons, etc. What we make in our IP is protecting some parts of the formulation and range of products, but to the properties of the coating that we make in the glass and metals and surface. Okay, we are trying to protect the two parts. About the CO2 reduction, we are making calculation about the reduction of CO2, the water that you need to clean the panels. The force that you have, for example, if you use a tractor to clean a solar park and you have to make 4 cleaning by here, and using our product, you only need 2, you are reducing the efforts of the consumption of the fuel, water consumption, and you are increasing the production of the panel. Why we increase the production of the panel? Because using our product compared with water, the soil will not adhere so easily, and with that we pass more light and produce more energy. This CO2 contabilization of per kilogram is about water, cleaning, and production of energy can we improve using our product. We are now making a LCA by an external entity to prove that.
Okay, thank you so much. And is some of your product, is that left on the panel so that it gives a kind of self-cleaning properties, or?
We have 2 different ways of product. Self-cleaning, not because it's very complicated when you have a horizontal surface in the panels and not organic material in desertic areas. We have the solar wash protect, is more non-sticky, not detergent dirt that is more easy to clean. And we have hydrophobic coatings too, like DSM, and that we are close attached with them, but more for desertic areas, because when you go for desertic areas and you have less inclination in the panels, hydrophobic coatings don't work very well, because when you have some drops of the rain, the effects of in your eye will be worse, because you have we don't change the gravity. You don't have inclination. And for solar wash protect, it work better like anti-adherent and not so much like a hydrophobic coating in some geographic zones.
Okay, thank you so much.
Kim,
thank you.
Question.
Yes, I see that Kim has a question.
Okay, about competitor scheme. For the cleaning, because this product, Solar Wash Protect, have two features. Is cleaning, that is remove more easily the dirt and reduce the consumption of the water. And the other is the protection effect. With these two characteristics, we are not direct competitor because equal product don't exist, but we have competitors for the cleaning. And for the cleaning of that, like is poly water from the United States. And our difference is approval, because we are already approval for 12 manufacturers, and this approval is meaning that the warranty of the panels is don't damage using our product. If you go for hydrophobic coatings that we have too, and I don't talk about that in this presentation, we have more competition, but like I say, for the other colleague in the last question, sorry about that, Marcel, is more problematic because hydrophobic coatings is a solution for easy to clean, is not a solution to improve the production of energy, because we have less inclination or 50 degrees inclination, and with hydrophobic coatings, okay, you can put 130 contact angle, but in the same time it's not enough to have a better cleaning with the rain or something like that. It's easy to clean, but it's not protecting the panel so much between the cleanings.
But what my question is then, what are your drawbacks? If you see, what are the possible negative things that make it actually more advantageous with the previous? I know you have a lot of positive things.
You can explain better the question, sorry.
What are the bad things with if I talk to your competitor, where will they say they're better? What is bad with your product compared to theirs?
We have one small problem that is, I think that the others have too, that is the rings. When you apply your product, because you have tensioactives to remove the dust in the surface of the panel, these tensioactives emulsify this dust with water, and in the final of cleaning, you have to rinse that water. If not, you have some old dust spare by the surface of the panel. But as we are more focusing on mechanical cleaning in big solar farms, it's not so much a big problem, and in rooftops, not so much. But depending on geographic zone, we have different products. The better way that we are making is this Solar Wash Protect with the anti-static properties or anti-adherence, because hydrophobics we have better results in desertic areas like Egypt or Jordania, something like that. We have one of our big clients and first ones as ChemiTek Solar, and with that we work with them in South Africa, Jordan, and some European countries. And since beginning, we tried several types of formulation and products to understand what better suits in different environmental issues and pollutions. And it's not only fit solution, it's several different products for each geography.
Okay, I don't know, do we have one more question, or is there no time?
Unfortunately, there's no time, and I again encourage you to book a one-to-one meeting. Later, I will give you more information about this, and you can talk about it later. Thank you. So I'd say it's, well, thank you, Cesar, for the presentation and for the questions, the answers. And then I'd say it's time for Tabea, the last presenter of today. Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Would you like to share your screen?
Yes. Can you see the full screen presentation?
Yes, we can. You can start. Thank you.
Yep. So we are MIMSI Materials, and we are a nanotechnology company from Sweden.
And in a short and sweet summary, our mission is to introduce novel transparent glass coatings for world-leading energy performance. So what our innovation is that we have come up with a nanomaterials technology platform. So by taking a systematic and knowledge-based approach, we have figured out how to systematically change the properties of materials at atomic scale and reach new optical and electrical properties. And the first market we're addressing with this technology platform is the architectural glass market, more specifically Low-E coatings. And that is actually a growing market due to a growing preference or demand for a lot of glass in buildings, and also a lot of increasing construction volume in general. We have so far already established several very important partnerships or relationships. So we have 3 agreements with leading manufacturers of architectural coated glass, and we also have a partnership with a leading tier 1 material supplier. And in terms of our environmental impact, so we have done some calculations, and we see that in the year 2030 alone, by using our innovation instead of today's best solution only in that year, we can reduce CO2 emissions, or we can avoid almost a million tons of CO2 emissions in the US and Europe alone. So to give you a bit more background about the first market that we're addressing, the architectural coated glass. So today it is that energy regulations, they're becoming stricter and stricter, and the technologies available today, they have reached a limit. So there is a trade-off between blocking enough of the incoming heat versus actually still capturing sufficient amounts of daylight. And since windows are the weakest element in terms of energy performance in a building envelope, what is very often the solution today is to just make the window smaller, but then it's not a place that people want to live anymore, because at some point we're going to live in shoe boxes without access to daylight and a view outside. So what our innovation does, our material, is that in these glass coatings, which consist of several layers, we address the so-called functional layer, which today it's simply silver. And our material, which is MIMSI silver, it is a drop-in replacement for silver, which is also one big benefit, because it doesn't require any new infrastructure or manufacturing setups, but it can just be dropped in existing setups. And it leads to improved daylight transmittance while also improving energy performance, which is something that is not possible today. And in terms of the market is dominated by few but very large players. And like I've mentioned briefly before, we have demonstration agreements with 3 of them. And we are addressing the European and North American markets to start with. In terms of our business model, so we have a partnership with a tier 1 supplier called Materion, and we provide, based on our IP, Materion puts the innovation in sort of a physical form. So what happens is that they fabricate this big block of material, which then goes into the machines of our customers. We have a strong team with strong technical background, but also commercial, and then we are completed by our board and other external advisors. And we are looking to raise 3.2 million euros. And the main goal for raising this money is actually to build our own lab facility, but then also to expand our team, obviously cover operational expenses, and then keep protecting our IPR, because our patents are the biggest asset we have, since we are going for a licensing business model at this moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation, Tabea. And now let's see if someone needs any clarification or has any question. Yes, I see a question from Kaisa.
Perfect. Hi, thank you, Tabea. That was really interesting to hear. Where are you right now in your commercialization journey?
So we, like I said, we have demonstration agreements with several actors, and the plan is to have to bring our first product out next year. What we are currently still doing is the last final stages of scaling up, because so there are different steps. I mean, it goes onto a piece of glass maybe this big in a lab, and then it goes up to 1 meter, but then in the real production it's up to 3 meters. And these are the last final steps that we're currently still addressing.
Okay, so you're still waiting to have your first kind of outdoor pilot?
In a full-size manufacturing setup, yes.
Okay, oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see that Just wants to elaborate on something.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I was wondering, I mean, you mentioned it's a drop-in solution to take out the silver. Could you tell me a little bit more about the composition, and on the lab scale testing that you already have done, what the percentage drop of the solar heating coefficient is?
So the composition I can unfortunately not tell you that much about, because this is protected. But it is a silver-based alloy, and that's all I can say. Then your next question was about the drop in G value, or solar heat gain coefficient.
Yeah.
So this is something that is still, it is not 100% clear in general, because the thing is that every one of these coated glass manufacturers has a slightly different setup of these what is called anti-reflective stacks. So the layers around, it varies slightly. So I do not dare to give a general figure for that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And next we have Patrick.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation, Tabea. Can you elaborate a bit more on what is the value for your customer in the end, or the owner of the glass? I don't really get that from your presentation. What's in it for them? So, in figures.
So the value for our customers is that they are all the manufacturers are stuck at the same technological limit right now, and with a better solution they can take over market share, and they can go and they can lobby for higher energy performance standards that only they can live up to. And our solution is applicable to both what is called passive low E, which is used in cold climates, and solar control, which is used in warm climates. And the value is high. So solar control products are premium products, whereas passive products are more commoditized, or they're considered more commoditized. So the value is bigger for the solar control segment than for the low E passive segment. But it depends to what extent they are going to apply that in their portfolio.
I assume that your solution is more costly than the solution they have today. So I would like to understand why they should invest in that, because it's quite a conservative market, I've been told, the glass market.
Yeah, it is. So they are quite conservative, that is true. And also most of their R&D development, or their R&D actually happens in-house. But the thing is that all of them are stuck at the same physical limits. They cannot improve these functional layers made up of silver that are the state of the art today. They cannot improve them further. So the industry has gone to the extent of desperation that the coated glass it's treated as post-production with lasers to improve the silver layer, which is extremely costly and so not attractive really. It's just a technological show off, but it's not an attractive business case really. But they are very desperate to find a new technological solution to keep up with the energy standards and still satisfy their customers, which are then architects that want to design buildings with lots of glass and not be constrained by having to make tiny windows.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time. I see that we have 3 more questions, but unfortunately we are running out of time. So I still again encourage you to take part in the one-to-one meetings. And thank you, Tabea. Now I'm sharing the last slide of the presentation and giving you more information about the one-to-one meetings. Here you have it. First, my colleague Valeria will share in the chat a satisfaction survey. And this survey is anonymous, and I encourage you to fill it because it's very important for us to better improve our sessions and moderations and the way we deal with things. So thank you. And the one-to-ones meeting are still open. It's a great opportunity. As you can see on the screen, you can take advantage of them this afternoon at 18:19 today, Central European Time Zone, or tomorrow. As you can see, they're open during the whole afternoon.
Thank you, everybody. This was our session, and we want to thank you for joining us, for being active, for presenting, asking questions, and being there. We wish you a wonderful afternoon. Domenico?
Yes, we wish you a great afternoon, great success, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good work, everybody.
Bye.